Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Please take this moment now with helping me. Click here, subscribe. Next, click this bell. Next, ensure to click all. This helps you receive a notification when I posted my next videos. Next, click this thumbs up button after every time you watch my video. This pushes it up in the engagement ratings and means it will be suggested to more people, therefore is likely to get more views to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. I also have a Patreon page. Click show more. Scroll down. This link here, my Patreon, click on it. Select the membership. With this membership, you'll get access to all this information. Very good content. Sunday, September 12th, 12:28 p.m. New York time. Fixed income treasuries versus currency markets. First, we'll look at the U.S. Treasuries, the U.S. Treasury bonds, notes. Yeah, we'll start off with a 30-year U.S. bond. These candles, each is a week period, 1 week. The current trend of the 30-year bond is down. See this purple line, dotted line? Prices are trending down. This red horizontal line is the 50% retracement of this trend, this purple line for the bottom there, top there, 50%. We're still above that. We'll see if we get past there to go lower. But again, the fact is the 30 US bond prices are declining, trending down. Looking at the 10-year US note as well, the prices are declining, trend is down. And the 5-year trend is down. You have the Treasury prices decline. You have the inverse with the yields going higher. Yields go higher, puts pressure on the interest rates to go higher. If you have higher interest rates, that affects the US dollar. That weakens the US dollar. So higher interest rates weaken the US dollar. Lower interest rates strengthen US dollar. And there's other things that cause the price up and down of the US dollar. So right now, again, we just saw that Treasury getting weaker, yields are going higher, won't expect the US dollar to pull back. Currently, we have the US dollar in a decline off this high. Yes, green horizontal line is a demand zone where buyers stepped in, and that's where it is right now. But it hasn't reversed to take out this high here yet. And you notice this yellow horizontal line here, from that high there, we went up, tested it here, rejected to close above it, continue trading up. Then we had this inside candle, which is a solid body, which is red. And then from there, it broke, closed below that. Yeah, it reversed. Let's go look at the individual currencies in the US dollar. And that will help us determine potential trade ideas in direction on underlying currencies. The 3 biggest currencies in the US dollar, the euro, followed by the yen, and then the pound. So we'll look at the euro pairs now in the Forex market. Euro, US dollar. For the week, inside candle. But again, the euro already reversed and trending higher, giving strength to the euro against the US dollar. Yeah, look at this. And this green horizontal line was demand zone. We went into it, made a consolidation, and rejected it and turned around. So again, look at that. We have a trend reversal on the euro US dollar, giving strength to the euro here. That's a potential trade idea, is to be bullish the euro yen. Yep, 2 of the big currencies in the US dollar index. Came down in this demand zone and reversed, giving strength to the euro against the yen. But currently filled with the inside candle, this yellow candle. So again, indecision for several of these financial instruments I'm showing. Euro, Japanese, euro, British pound currency, the symbols up here. It's in a huge consolidation. It's been like that for quite a time, for a good amount of time of this year. Tight trading range right there. And it's hovering above the 85. So that's giving support for the euro. So if this goes higher, again, that gives strength to the euro. Breaks down, favor of the British pound. Maybe that's what we're having here. We had the trend down, consolidation, want to expect to break down lower here, giving strength to the British pound against the euro. That's another trade on the euro, Canadian dollar. Huge consolidation here. Look at that right there. Reversal from that point. And then went higher, giving strength to the euro against the Canadian dollar, but in a consolidation phase right now. Euro Swiss franc being a safe haven currency. That trend was down, did a reverse, inside candle. Look at that, like a tweezer bottom almost, and broke above, impulse move above this right there, and then a bearish pin bar currently forming. A lot of candlestick patterns occurring here. One would expect, again, with this current trend down here and this retracement, one would expect this retracement to roll over and go back lower. That would be giving strength to the Swiss franc, weakening the euro. That's a trade idea. And the euro Australian dollar. Notice here was the low for the year. And then as we went higher, that was giving strength to the euro against the US dollar. This consolidation phase, broke above it, closed above it, formed the inside candle. Yeah, this should have been continuing going up, but it reversed and went down. That gave short-term strength to the Aussie against the euro. Interesting. So we have this as a demand zone. Buyer stepped in here, came back. We'll see what happens if this was a fake out, and this would go back higher. Okay, that was the euro pairs. Now we'll look at the yen pairs. US dollar, Japanese yen. Huge consolidation phase here, huge. Hanging right around that 110 area. If you're bearish, the yen against the US dollar, you'll be buying here. If you're bullish the yen, well, then you'd be shorting here. Euro, Japanese yen. Yeah, I've already spoke about that. British pound, Japanese yen. Yep. Again, finding demand around that 150, which is favoring for the Japanese yen. I mean, for the British pound. I apologize. Yep. So we'll see if this reverse is going to have follow through. But this candle right there is almost a doji. Maybe you can call it a spinning. It would be more of a spinning top. So spinning top on top of this trend. Typically, one would expect it to roll over and go down. So if this goes down after this, that would be strength for the Japanese yen against the British pound. So that's a trade idea. A break below this low, one consider entering short the British pound along the Japanese yen here. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Huge consolidation here. Yeah. Coming off that highs, weakening the Canadian dollar in favor of the Japanese yen. And look at that. That's swing low, rejected it here and closed above it. Maybe we'll have a longer consolidation play out here. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, two safe haven currencies. Tight consolidation here, building a wedge. Oh, something's going to break out there at some point. And that reversal right there. So Aussie, Japanese yen, the trend went down into this demand zone. Broke below it, closed below it. But the trend didn't continue at that point when it took out that swing low. No, it made an inside candle. Inversed. Interesting. Good technical signal. Inversed inside candle. Solid hollow body, which was green, and trend went higher, giving favor to the Australian dollar against the yen. That was a good trade setup right there to trade long. Now we look at the pound pairs. British pound, US dollar. Yeah, huge consolidation. Huge consolidation right there. Pound, Japanese yen. Already spoke about that. Euro, British pound. Already spoke about that. Pound, Canadian dollar. A lot of whipsaw here. Again, this is going higher off the lows, giving favor to the British pound against the Canadian dollar. British pound, Swiss franc. Yep, rejected at 125 level. And this has been a supply zone where sellers have been before. So maybe we'll go a little bit higher, but be concerned that's where, again, sellers were in this range. and British pound, Australian dollar, trending down off the high, giving favor to the Australian dollar. Interesting here because this candle, inside candle, is holla, which is equivalent to a green, so one would expect possibly trend reverse to the upside. And let's finish this looking at the currency markets in the futures, see what we might have missed. Already spoke about the euro. Yep, the trend is up against the US dollar, so in favor of the bullish here. Bullish bias is currently on the euro against the US dollar. Again, these are the futures currencies that trade in the futures market instead of the Forex market and the currencies. So / the number by the letter. Japanese yen. I shared this before very much to my Patreon members that we're in a consolidation phase here with the Japanese yen, building a wedge. And in that wedge, it's going to coil tighter, tighter, tighter. It will break out one way or the other, and that's going to be the strong trend to catch that trade. So a good decision here is use a faster time frame to look for entry. If you're bullish or bearish. British pound, yep, it's also in a wedge. Break out to the upside would be favor of the pound against the US dollar. And the Canadian dollar, just trending down against the US dollar. It's bearish. The Swiss franc, just big consolidation here. And again, rejecting that demand zone, giving favor to the stronger Swiss francs against the US dollar. And the Australian, wow, like I said, inverse. Yeah, went inverse against the US dollar. So the Australian dollar going higher against the US dollar down here at the lows. This month, the Federal Reserve, the US Central Bank Federal Reserve meets, and they decide to either leave interest rates alone or change them, as well to give a statement on the past economic and the short-term viewpoint of the upcoming months of the US economy. And that will have an effect on all these currencies, the US yields. So again, I'll use caution on allocating a lot of capital to any big positions here. Trade small, money management. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. Let me know what you thought about this video, and please let me know what you want to see next. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel. By going below and clicking on my PayPal link, you can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe.